Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike and today I will be doing my August Get Ready With Me using the products that I selected in my August Shop My Stash. I will be chatting to you about these products that I've selected. I went with old favorites in the month of August, so none of these were new to me. Some of these I've hit pan on, so let's just chat about lovely makeup for a minute. And then we're just going to, I don't know, not sure what else we're going to be talking about. It's the end of summer break. I'm about to start work again, and summer break was lovely. I was very lazy, and that also goes in with the products that I will be using. It's a good thing I went for older products this month that I knew very well already, because I barely did my makeup. We had a really long heat wave here, so this is the first time I'm sitting down to do my makeup in over 2 weeks. I think that's been, like, save from like travel, I think it's been the longest period of time I've gone without wearing a single face of makeup in like 10 years. So it's been good, it's been good. So I'm going to be priming my face first. This is the Sungasm Pore Refining Tinted Mousse by Catrice. This is the primer I decided to use. And this has a really strange texture. It feels quite thick and moussey, and it has a little bit of a tint to it, but it works really well as a primer. You could wear this on its own. I decided not to even wear anything like this on those really warm summer days. And this has a bit of a, well, not a bit, it has a silicone-y slip to it, which is nice. It feels very pleasant, but that's why I do prefer to use this with fingers. For my eye primer, I'm going to be using the Lorac Behind the Scenes primer. This is a nice eyeshadow primer. This is the one that you get for free when you buy a Lorac palette. And I still had a few of these unopened. So this is a mini, so I hope to be able to use this up a little bit more quickly than most eyeshadow primers, because eyeshadow primer, you know, is one of those products you can just I think the Too Faced eyeshadow primer, the Shadow Insurance, I remember using that, like only that for like 2 years straight before it like ran out. It was a thing. For foundation, I've been using the Urban Decay Naked Skin. One of my favorite foundations. Sadly, it's been discontinued. I have this in the shade 1.5. Looks a bit dark, but I have a bit of color in my face, and I notice now that I'm going really red from rubbing in that primer. So let's see if we can get some coverage out of this thing. This is very lightweight, and this was perfect for the summertime. It was really, really nice. And I just think that between now and like a year or so, I definitely need to use this up, because I think it may go bad. This was, of course, discontinued a few years ago, and then they released a Stay Naked foundation, which I like, but that's a medium coverage and it's matte. But this is more dewy and much more lightweight, so that's why I prefer this, especially for, you know, summertime weather. So I've gone back to my Primark sponge for my base products, and the reason for that is all of my AOA sponges that I was using are all simultaneously starting to fall apart. Like, they have little chunks taken out, and I started noticing that it affected the way they applied my makeup. So I was like, oops, I need to stop using those. So yeah, use those sponges within an inch of their life. And now it's time for concealer, and this is the one that I'm trying to use up, because I did my makeup so little this month. I definitely didn't get round to doing it just yet, but it's very far down. You can't really see it, but like there is a big gap here, but when I look inside it, I think it's like it really only has this much left. And this is the kind of concealer where you need to dip a few times in order to get it to go on. So not only is this the first time that I'm sitting down to do my makeup in like 2 weeks, it's also the first time that I'm filming to begin with. You saw me do a lot of content regarding eyeshadow palettes, which thank you so much for all those lovely comments, you guys. I've been loving your feedback in the comments, and so many people who were enthusiastic about, oh, there's a new video again. It was really, really lovely to see everybody there and to chat with you about, well, my favorite thing, which is eyeshadow palettes. I still have a few more videos coming for you. August isn't over yet, but I did want to film my Get Ready With Me like I do every single month, just to update you on some products and to talk about makeup, because that's why we're here, right? Just to have a bit of fun. But yeah, I'm also just like sitting down to do my makeup. So it feels a bit weird and like filming at the same time. I pre-filmed a lot of that eyeshadow palette content, so ever since I finished recording the last few of those videos, I really haven't sat down with my camera. So I was like, oh, how does it work again? So yeah, for powder, I'm using this. This is the Catrice 5-in-1 setting powder. And for some reason, it has all these smudges on it. Not sure what happened to it. And this is the replacement of the old, I can't even remember what it's called. It was their waterproof powder. It came in very similar packaging, actually. And I find them to be pretty much the same. For brows, because I didn't really do my makeup all that much, I still have like a little bit of this brow pencil left. By the time I film my Shop My Stash at the end of next week, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to have used this up and pick a new brow product for sure. Yeah, it's been a thing. And I also desperately need to go out and get my brows done again. It's just that in the city where I live, you now need to wear a face mask wherever you go, pretty much. Especially in the area where my brow place is located, and that just kind of feels weird. So I haven't really been going out much, you could say. And that is something that I also need to plan a little bit more. And summer break was all about doing just whatever I wanted in the moment and not having anything planned, which was lovely. I didn't really go anywhere. I just watched Netflix, and I wasn't even feeling like watching lots of TV series or anything. I just watched a bunch of movies, some of them older, some of them newer. I finally got around to watching Scarface. I had not watched that movie ever before. It's a classic, of course, so I was like, wanna watch that. And yeah, so I watched a lot of different things over the summer break, and I also redid my wardrobe as planned, which I did vlog that. So that's a vlog that's coming your way in September. And yeah, I didn't really do much of anything else, really. I visited some family, visited some friends, or they came here. It was a really lovely time. For face products, I'm going to go in with the Beige bronzer in the shade Sun Kissed by Urban Decay. I used this in my full face of Urban Decay and rediscovered it pretty much. I was like, oh, this is a really nice summertime bronzer. This looks so much darker in the pan than it does when it goes onto your face, and I had forgotten how lovely this is, especially if I'm a little bit more tan than I am right now. Usually I don't tan because I'm indoors all day and at work and all that, but because I've been working from home all spring, I was able to sit outside a bit more than I usually do, just quickly grab some lunch, eat it outside, over on my balcony, and that's something I usually don't get to do. So a lot of this is sun-kissed from springtime, when the sun wasn't that bright, because that heat wave, oh my, it was a thing. I couldn't even go outside, it was so warm. But yeah, hey, we dealt with it. It's now a lovely 20 degrees again, Celsius that is. I'm going to go in with the Mercury Luminizer by the Balm. I mentioned I was showing you products that have hit pan on. This is one of them. Got another one coming up in a minute. This is such a lovely highlighter. It's always a little stronger than I think it's going to be. That is a little bit much, Micah. Oh well, I don't have to go anywhere today, so I'm just filming this, and then nobody else is going to see this makeup look apart from what you guys see here on camera. So yeah, look at that. I love that highlight. Like, still one of my favorites. So lovely. OG for sure. And then the other product I hit pan on is the Benefit Coralista blush. Of course, I whip this out every summer, and I do have to say though that once you hit pan on products, like, always have that experience with face powders that I've panned in the past, because those I pan quite easily. Once you hit pan, the product starts to sort of chip away around the edges of where you hit pan, making it even easier to make the pan larger a lot quicker, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but you catch my drift. So yeah, summer was absolutely lovely. Like I mentioned, I redid my wardrobes, and it's such a blessing. Like, it's exactly, like, it turned out exactly the way I'd hoped. And I do still need to do like a few bits, like minor things, but in that video, hopefully you'll be able to get a good idea of what it all looks like and what it now is. So that video will be coming because people asked me if I was going to film that. And then I did that for you. Still need to make sure that all of the footage is okay. Not entirely sure yet, but we'll see. So I just primed my lids with the MAC Paintpot Painterly. In case you don't know, I always go in with a bit of a double prime action to make sure everything sticks down. And then I use my The Body Shop eyeshadow to set it down. Again, this is starting to show the ridges of the pan as well, so maybe I'll be able to use that up before the end of the year. And then I would like to go in with the eyeshadow palette that I'm still working on, and that's the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I've only done one look with this so far, so I think what I'll just do, just to see if I can sort of match the dress, is go in with these like purpley mauve shades right here in the middle. That is, I think, what I would like to do. So let me just do an eye look with this. I'm not going to zoom you in, because this is a new palette for me. Like, usually I use stuff that I've already used. And right now I'm like, I'm not sure how this is going to play out. So I'm just going to quickly do an eye look, and then I'll be right back. So I did the look, and it did turn out a little bit differently than I thought it was going to, which is a bit of a shame. And that's mainly because this shade right here, which is called Nebula, ended up being a lot more sparkly than I thought it was going to be. Plus, it's very cool toned, and the top half is pretty warm toned. So I used the cool tones along the lower lash line, which are the purpley shades, which I think is okay. And then I put all of those like peachy shades on my top lid, which looks really nice. But I do have to say that that inner corner is now a little bit intense, but I think it looks nice on camera from a distance, but up close it's a little bit much. So I definitely think that Nebula is perhaps best as a topper shade and not as an inner corner highlight, so that's my bet. That's why we didn't do this close up. So now I'm going to apply lipstick, and this is the Catrice Ultimate Color Lipstick in Kiss Kiss Hibiscus, which is this shade. I just thought that it would be a nice, like with the lilac dress that I'm wearing, and then this like lilac-y peachy eye, I think it sort of ties everything together. So there we have Kiss Kiss Hibiscus. This is a cream lipstick, so it does get all over your teeth if you're not careful. But I think this is a really pretty, like, pinky, corally kind of shade. Last step in the makeup process would be this fixing spray. I'm almost done, but since I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, it's still not done yet. I hope to be able to use it up in the next couple of days. Work is starting up again, which means I'm going to be wearing makeup every single day because even though I'm still working from home, I will be for the next couple of months. I still want to do my makeup and at least look presentable on my like Zoom calls and things like that. So this would be the finished makeup look with some of the products that I have in my August Shop My Stash. These are all old favorites. It's like favorite blush, favorite highlight, favorite everything, and definitely a rediscovered product as well. And I'm really enjoying what I see here in the Mercury Retrograde. I definitely need to still do at least one look to make sure I've used all of the shades in here, because that's what I just like to do. I want to make sure I get a good feel for the entire palette and not only reach for the shades that draw my eye. If that makes any sense. So I will be back with more eyeshadow content in the upcoming week. And then in September, we are going to go back to regular content. So I'll be doing another Shop My Stash and another one of these Get Ready With Me's. And I may be organizing a little giveaway over on my blog. So stay tuned for all of those announcements and videos that are still coming up. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.